Lead Ventures are amazing, I love them. She also has got a design agency called Revolt. Is this the one in Ara Damansara? Yes? Revolt? Is it the one? No, okay, it's a different one. Right, but it's been running for over 6 years, and she's got experience in, they do brand identity, creative solutions, and digital media consultancy. Alright. So ladies and gents, please put your hands together because I'm going to invite Ms. Raeesa Sya, founder and CEO of Orkid Cosmetics, to share her journey with us from being KL's it girl on how she successfully raised funds and launched her very own Halal millennial cosmetic line. I'm dying to find out. Please give her a huge round of applause, ladies and gents.
Hello guys, thank you for coming today. My name is Raeesa Sya. Hi. So my name is Raeesa Sya. I'm a youth entrepreneur. Currently, I am the founder of Orkid Cosmetics. Orkid Cosmetics is a halal, millennial, vegan and cruelty-free brand. We produce in Malaysia. We sell liquid lipsticks. And I'm also, so Revolt is now rebranded to View Creative. That's my partner there. So we provide social media services, we do digital marketing, we help you with your Facebook advice. And we could also help you run events. So if you have like an event from weddings to product launches, so that all falls under View Creatives. And I also run an event space called the Diplomat KL. It's in behind Bank Negara. So if you're looking for like a space, it's like a 33,000 square feet bungalow where we have a big garden there. You can do garden weddings or product launches. So these are some of the things that I'm currently working on. So not just Orkid Cosmetics, but everything else. Also, my passion is pretty much in digital marketing. That's why I still decided to keep like View Creative, even though I'm trying to get into this whole like halal import-export market, which I will share with you guys my journey and how I started. So previously, my background is in graphic design. I majored in multimedia. I graduated from Curtin University. Actually, it's Lim Kok Wing lah, okay? But I don't know lah, Curtin sometimes. So I did a Curtin degree in Lim Kok Wing. And my first, so when I did graphic design, major in multimedia, I always knew from the beginning I never wanted to work for a company. Because I was like being anarchy lah back then. I was just like, no, I want to, work my own terms. So I felt like by learning a skill, I can work anywhere in the world. Like I don't really have to be working in a corporation. I can, work as a freelancer. So it gave me a lot more freedom. That's why I decided to do graphic design, major in multimedia. And my first job after I graduated, I worked in Nafnangs. I think later Tim Tia is my old boss. So Rachel was my ex-colleague like 8 years ago. So we go way back. So I'm excited to see my old boss. And I worked in Netcentric as a creative designer. So I was building microsites there. And then at that time it was like 2010. It was like the iPhone 3G just came out after the BlackBerry. I think around the same time, the BlackBerry and iPhone 3G. So sorry. So that was when I realized that I really, really like apps. And in 2013, I think at that time, 2013, the apps wasn't really, 2012, sorry, the apps wasn't really that nice compared to what it is today. So I've always wanted to build apps, and then I went on sabbatical in 2012. And then in 2013, I worked in IM4U, and when I was in IM4U, that is when I learned a lot on digital marketing, because I was a social media strategist and content producer in IM4U. And then when I was there, IM4U just started, so I had to like help build their social media pages, and we grew from like 150,000 to 500,000 in like a year. And my boss was just like, I don't care how you do it, Raeesa, I just want 1 million followers on Facebook. Like I had to learn how to get that number. So I spent a lot of time learning social media and digital marketing while I was in IM4U. And then in 2015, I started my first business. So 5 years ago, I started this app called Lulu. It's like a beauty professional and salon finder. So you can book spas, you can book salon. In 2015, and I sold that app. It was on the App Store, but it was a very like basic app. But I would share with you the story on how I sold it. And then after that, I started like something similar called BFAP, and I raised 1.2 million from 500 startup, Capti, and also KK Fund. So here is how I sold my first MVP. So how I started my first business, I think you guys would want to know. Anyone wants to know? Okay, maybe let me gauge like how many of you guys have your own business? Oh, quite a lot. Okay, working for a company. Oh, thanks for coming today, you guys. Good job. That's what I did actually. When I started my first business, I was still working in a company. I was in Iron for You. And then my friend Fatin here, she wanted to she wanted to get this spa franchise for Amante. And then Amante gave us 2 locations, Kota Kemuning or Bukit Jelutong, Setia Alam or Kota Kemuning. And then I was like, oh my god, I fell into a hole. Sorry. So, see you bro, lobang, Rachel. Sorry. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's find out if there's any competitors in these 2 locations, so we know whether or not it's a good idea. So before I start any business idea, I usually like to do a little bit of market research. So I went on Google and I googled spa Kota Kemuning, and nothing came out. And I'm like, okay, if I'm at Kota Kemuning, you guys even know where's Kota Kemuning? Yeah, right. Okay, cool. So I didn't. So I was like, where is this place? Somewhere in Shalam, apparently. And nothing came out. So I was like, okay, what about, you know, what was there in 2015, I think, was top 10 of best salon. But all this salon is like in KL, right? Then I'm like, okay, why not, like, wow, I built an app. Hey, why don't I build an app where you can find salon or spas based on your location? So something like, what is an app? Something like Airbnb, right? Okay, so I had the idea, and at that time I was still working. So what I did was, I went on Eventbrite and I joined a hackathon. At that time, I thought it was a workshop where you know, you learn how to code your app. So because I studied multimedia, I can code like basic websites, but if I wanted to build an app, I need to use like a native platform. So I was thinking I want to build on like Xcode or something, but I don't really know how to build an app on, you know, for iPhone. So I thought that, okay, maybe I'll join this workshop and then maybe, you know, I can learn how to build this as a hobby, you know. And then like I went on, it was a Saturday. It was, where was it? It was somewhere, was it here? No, it was somewhere here lah, so in Bangsa as well. And then everyone there came in a team of like 4 or 5 people, and I came alone. And then they gave me a number, and I was like, maybe I should go home, you know, because I found out that it was a competition. So a hackathon is a competition where they give you 24 hours for you to build an app. Yeah, so you have 24 hours, you can hard code it, and then tomorrow you pitch it. So you don't sleep, you stay there with your team. And that's what I did. I went there alone, and I was just like, maybe I should go home. But then I realized that, hey, it's a hackathon, must be a lot of programmers there. So maybe I can, you know, learn or something. But then they said that if you came alone, you can also find partners. If you have the same numbers, you can join them. So coincidentally, I was sitting next to this guy who had like a number 8. Very ong, number 8 on this batch, right? And then I was like, hey, seorang ke, you know, like, and then he's like, yeah, and I'm like, me too, and then I was like, so anyway, what are you building? And he's like, yeah, I got an app. So I was like, okay, I'm a UI UX designer. I told you I can build microsite, right? So I also do a lot of like UI UX design. You guys know what's UI UX, right? So you can do. So I said, okay, cool, can I help you with your app? I can design. And then it's like, it's okay, I'm almost done. Wow, this guy really. So he's like, it's almost done. He just wants to like test the market, you know. So he has his app, which is like 90% done, and then he wants to test it out. But then I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Well, if I cannot help you, can I just look at how you do it? And then he was like, already like, why is this guy so creepy, right? Keep pushing. So I'm like, I wanted to go home, like, probably 3-4 times already, right? But I was just like, no, it's okay, you know, Saturday, nothing to do also, so why not I just creep out and like look at how he does the app? And then finally he was like, okay, you know what? If you have an idea, I can help you build it. And then at that time, when, you know, baru nak start business, basically that's what it was. And when you just start a business, you feel very like, oh, like as if everybody wants to steal your idea. Hello, idea is just idea unless you execute, right? It's very hard. So, so I was like, I'm not gonna tell him what I wanted to do just in case you steal my $1 billion idea, right? Oh my god. Okay, never mind, I go back there. So, yeah, and then I didn't want to tell him what I really wanted to build. I just wanted to know how to build an expert. But then after 4 hours of brainstorming on like what to build, I was just like, remember in 2013 I said I wanted to build an app because the app was so ugly, and it took me like what 2010. So it took me like 4 years. I couldn't figure out any app that I wanted to build. What makes me think that in 4 hours I can figure out a new app to build, right? So I was like, you know what? Actually, I have an idea. I want to build this salon and spa finder. And then he was just like, okay, sounds good. And then I justified this this concept based on a hashtag that I found on Instagram. It's called MUAKL. So it's like Makeup Artist Kuala Lumpur, and there's over 77,000 hashtags of just makeup artist KL. So in KL, right? Then I'm like, okay, you know, there's a pool of makeup artists that is hashtagging this hashtag. Meaning that maybe some of them would want to have their profile in order to be found. So, you know, I based it, instead of the salon and spa, I based it as a professional makeup artist finder. So that was the app. And then, so we're like, okay, so I built the app, and at that time it was just an idea. So what I did was that I looked at the most beautiful app at that time was Airbnb. So I went and copied like how they did their listing and everything, but instead of houses, I made it a hairstylist or a makeup artist profile. So I did that, and then he went home, saw his girlfriend, took a shower, because he said that, okay, until you build the interface, I cannot code it for you because I don't know what you want. So fine. And then he came back like at 12 AM and I was still like doing the layout, and he hard coded. And then I slept at like probably 6 AM for an hour, and then 7 AM I woke up and I started doing the pitch deck. And then, okay, this was another thing. I don't come from a business background. I've never, you know, done anything like this, and I was just like, okay, we have to pitch. What is a pitch deck? So I went online and I found Airbnb as well, pitch deck, and it was just like 10 slides. It was just like mission, vision, your problem, how much you want to raise, market size, who you're targeting. So all of that I just like copy paste, and then, you know, and I just like, based on my calculation, I just did it roughly. So in 24 hours, I actually did my whole like business proposal in 24 hours. Thank you for that workshop. So, but I was just hentam everything lah. And then the next day we just pitched at like, I think around 12. And then the first round, they called number 18, and then I was like, okay, tak dapat lah. And I was like, okay, let's just go home. But then it started to rain, so happy. And I was like, my shoe basah, okay, never mind, I just stayed. And then suddenly they were like, hey, who did that app? They're like, hair app. And I was like, is it us? So we pitched again for the second round. And then we pitched again, it was like, I think around 10 teams. And then, after everything, suddenly they were like announcing the first prize. I didn't get first prize, basically, and not great. But I got the second prize. And then this is crazy coming from like someone who's like super random on a Saturday, like how you guys suddenly come today, right? And then this like super random. I thought it was a workshop, turned out to be a hackathon, stayed for 24 hours, wanted to go back like 16 times, and then it started raining, and then started pitching again. And then they called, and then we were like, oh my god, like I just like, they announced our name like this trend, it was called this trend at that, and I was just like, is it me? Yeah, we won, oh wow, okay. And then it was just me and another dude that I just met. Everyone else that won was like in a team of 4 and 5. So I thought like, wow, not bad, this one got like potential, you know. So the event was actually sponsored by Media Premier Digital, MCMC and Microsoft. So MCMC was giving out a loan. They said that if you are serious about your app, you do a Sendirian Berhad, and we would do a matching grant, which is 70-30%. You come out with 30%, we top up 70%. So I thought like, okay lah, you know, probably I can ask my mom for some money. Just 30%, like, you know, not that bad. So I was like, okay, and then at that time I was still working with IM4U, so during lunchtime I would like cantikkan my deck, or you know, my business proposal, and then I would also look for programmers, because the guy that coded for me, he didn't want to kind of build the app for me, because he said it's a lot of work. It's true, when I actually built the app for real, I had like 6 programmers working on it like full time. So it is a lot of work. Like to build an app is not easy. It's not a website. You need like, you know, 2 QA. You need 1 like front end. You know, 2 front end, 2 back end. So it's a lot of people working on just a simple app. So he's like, no, I don't want. So okay, but then I was just like, okay, never mind. If you don't want, I will look for apps. So I went, like some of the challenges was that I went from going on Odesk. There was this website called Odesk where you can find freelancers. to finding an agency who wanted to quote me for like ringgit, to finding a guy who almost scammed me. Thank God, like, I found him on like LinkedIn or Facebook or something, but it was like 3K to build an app, and well, if it's too good to be true, chances are it's not lah. So I was like, okay, and then in the end, after like 2 months, the guy that actually built my app, he was like, hey, my boss wanted to start something new. He wanted to build like a company where we help you build your app and we take 30% of your shares. So in a way, they come in as a CTO lah. So I was like, okay, that sounds great. I don't have to come up with money to build this app, but he can build it for free, and I have a CTO, which is like a legit company. So that's what I did. They started building the app, and I left the company. I started a Sendirian Berhad, and it's crazy. Back then, like, I didn't even know how to register Sendirian Berhad. So I had to, like, my mom has like a business, so I called her COSAC, and then he did it. So a lot of things I had to learn, because like I said, I didn't come from a business background. And I built the app, and then because they had already started building the app, they told me, Raeesya, you have to quit your job. So only then I quit my IM4U job. And then, okay, so I went back to MCMC. I said I have my team, I have the app, so when I'm getting the money. And then you know what they told me? We're not giving anyone money. So I was like, wow, serious? Oh my god, never mind. But then I thought, okay, like, you know what, I will try to raise fund. Oh my god, here I am, a solo founder trying to raise fund for a beauty app. And I was just like going like through a lot of people, and at that time I was still doing freelancing for the Reebok, right? Where I help out companies to do their branding. So there was one of these companies who wanted to get into tech as well, and they wanted like a portfolio. So they were like, hey Raeesya, why don't we fund you? But then their valuation was really bad. They wanted to give me like probably 30K for like 50%, and I'm like, no, but we were just talking lah, like how we can work together, and I was still looking for other funders to help me do the app. And then while I was looking for a co-founder, oh yeah, because as a solo founder was very hard, right? So I thought that, okay, maybe I need another co-founder, and I found a guy. His name is Powell, and he used to be the managing director for Foodpanda Malaysia. So he set up Foodpanda, and then after that he wanted to do his own thing lah. And then we got matched, and then this is how I raised 1.2 million. But not for Lulu, but when I met him, he was like, hey, I'm interested in building exactly what you're already building, but I don't want what you built, I want to build a new one. Very sombong, right? So anyway, I was like, okay, let's do it again. Oh my god. So, but then I was like, no, I'm already working with this company, I can't just leave. And then what happened was, I went back to this guy. He received me and him signing a shareholders, like I sold the company like basically. So basically, I went back to the guy who wanted to give me like a pretty bad evaluation, and I was like, hey, you know what? Why don't you take over this company? But I'm going to come in as a competitor. But he's like, okay, sure. So that's what happened. I sold the company to this guy, and then I started the same thing with this guys. So so it's 3 of us, Powell and Sergey and me, and then they are very, they are very, not so very experienced, but they had some experience, because Powell was from Russia, and he was the managing director for Foodpanda, like regionally. So when he came to Malaysia, he knew how to handle like teams of like 1,000, people. And then Sergey, he also sold a couple of companies. He's a very good marketing guy. He sold a couple of companies for like 11 million or something like that. So on paper, they had the experience. So when we went to VCs, they were like, okay, they don't care so much about what the idea is. They care more about who is running the business. Because at the end of the day, you can always pivot. But if your founders or those people in your company doesn't know how to do the work, then that's when it's going to be a problem. So we started a company, we got 1.2 million, and then those were my early staff. So cute, okay. So that's how we raised 1.2 million. So when I was in BFAP, I learned a lot. When I was in BFAP, I was the Chief Commercial Officer, so my job was to make collaboration with fashion designers, with brands, you know, and I learned how to do a lot more PR, and it is also something that I've never done before, but you know, I think you just have to learn and just do it, right? So that's what we did, and then So after I was doing BFAP for I think a year. Being in the tech industry, it is very competitive, and you burn your money very quickly. So 1.2 million you can like finish in less than a year, to be honest, because it's not cheap to acquire new customers. And then we felt like with the app, we need to do something more. So we pivoted from just like an app into a SaaS business model. So it's like a sophisticated CRM where we will go to like a salon, and then we can key in their workers' information, their clients' information. We can see whose birthday is coming up. We can push coupons, you know, something that is more like cloud-based, something like Salesforce, I would say, something like that, but focus more on beauty. So then they decided to move the company to Singapore. But at that time, I was like, I don't want to go to Singapore, and at that time I felt like maybe I wanted to do something else. So while we were still in BFAT, I was still looking for money. Like I said, you have to fundraise a lot. So I realized that there's a lot of opportunity in the halal market. There was a lot of funds in the halal market, and I thought that, hey, you know what, why don't I try something like traditional, like import and export, something new also, right? And that's when I started Halal Cosmetics. I started Orkid Cosmetics. So with Orkid Cosmetics, you know, I was just looking at the market research. You know, the market size is $52 billion by 2025. So 1% of that is actually quite big, right? So I didn't start a cosmetic company because I'm like a beauty guru. Okay lah beauty, but I'm more like I like to see market opportunities. Like I'm an entrepreneur, I would say. So I realized that, you know, we are in Malaysia. Sometimes when I was younger, I was like, why am I born in Malaysia? Because sometimes I feel like I think like very differently, you know. But then I realized, hey, wow, there's so much opportunity in Malaysia. It's so easy to do anything. It's so cheap to hire people. It's still so cheap to, you know, get an office, you know, compared to like if you're in America. You know, so I'm like, okay, and then what's in Malaysia? Halal certification. We have the best halal certification in the world. Jakim is like, wow, they're very like head to toe, very thorough. You know, so if you say you have a halal certification from Malaysia, it's like macam Rolls Royce macam tu lah. Okay, so I thought, why not take advantage of this? You know, and then I thought that, okay, I don't want to. And if you have a halal, this is what halal is. Halal means permissible in Islam, meaning that how you do your business from the how you do your product from the raw ingredients to the supplier of the raw ingredients, they have to be halal, they have to be clean, they have to be ethical, and then they bring your raw ingredients like your pigments or you have oils to your factory, and your factory also have to have a halal certification. And you know, so you know that the process from, you know, how you source the ingredients to how you manufacture the ingredients is very clean. Because sometimes they say like, oh, it's organic, right? So organic is, people think that, oh, organic is healthy, it's good for you. But then you don't know how they run the business. You don't know whether it's clean or not. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying you don't know. But if you have a halal certification, you know it's very clean. And so even if you go China, they are looking for halal products. So I realized that, okay, it's something that is like clean beauty. It's something that is very new. Not many people care about it, but there is a market for it. At least that was what I foresee at that time. So, you know, I look at trends, and then I saw, say, organic, vegan, and then halal, right? Okay, this is my market research before I started Orkid lah. So it's like organic, vegan, halal. The past 10 years, organic is like 0 to 100 is like 100, like so famous, everyone is like searching for it compared to like vegan. So vegan, it went like 70%, and then halal is like at 40%, I think. So meaning that people know more about vegan and organic compared to halal. But if you look at vegan, the past like 3 years, suddenly it went exponentially like that. Don't know what happened. Again, go home. Have you? They said, Raeesya, why you wear heels today? I don't really wear heels, but today I thought I looked cute bit because I do cosmetics, so I must look big early, right? And then this thing happened, so never mind. So anyway. So I was looking at the things that I was thinking that, okay, something happened in the past 2 years that suddenly like people are more self-conscious, and I realized that maybe because a lot of like people are more aware, you know, it's so easy for people to
how to say, like find information, and people are smarter in terms of deciding what to put on their face or what to eat. So I think vegan is something that is like a lifestyle. You know, now how many of you guys? I'm sure like you guys do yoga. How many of you guys do yoga? Can a lot, right? But if you ask people, like maybe maybe like 5-6 years ago, not that many people are doing yoga. So you know that it's a lifestyle thing. And then I'm thinking that maybe now halal it's not that like at 100, but if we persevere and we keep it like halal, potentially we could be the kind of like what do you call that word? Like the first movers or something like that. So in 5 years we will already like capture that halal market. You know, so that was the idea. Yeah, and then okay, so when we started Orkid Cosmetics, we got a lot of coverage, and that is because there is a demand for halal market and it's a very niche product. I know I'm doing cosmetics, and if I just say that, oh, I sold lipstick, no one's going to care because we're competing with, you know, like L'Oreal and billion-dollar industries. So I need to be very specific, very unique because I'm not that rich, okay? So I'm not that rich, so I have a very small amount. We only had like 50,000 ringgit when we started the company. So I need to be like different from all of this color cosmetics company. So I was thinking maybe I should like play the halal market, because that way the keywords I can buy. Because at that time when we started, there was a lot of halal skincare. But halal color cosmetic is not known for. You know, there wasn't a lot of. I even had an argument with my mother's friend, this auntie. She is also doing halal, but then, you know, she was just like, oh, Raeesya, you're never gonna get the certification for halal cosmetic. So a lot of people were telling me so many things back then. They were like, you can't get certification for colors, or halal product is not good. My logic is like this. Okay, when you think of halal, right, everyone thinks of it to be very traditional, very boring, you know. And then it's not exciting. But then I look at the trends, and then you have like Nike, who's just like now making like hijab for sports women, and then you look at Kanye, there's like Habiba, you know, all these like Muslim women with hijab, that's like very trendy. You look at Yuna. So I'm like, okay, there is a market of this like, I wouldn't say modern, because I think that all Muslim women are modern, but more like trendy Muslim women, something like that. But where is like the cosmetic for that? So it seems like there is the lifestyle that is like there, and I was just like, maybe Orkid should capture this market. So I was very specific. It was like probably at that time focusing at Muslim women. Secondly, making halal trendy. And no one was really doing that. If there was, probably like 3 brands and very small. So I know I can compete. Like 3 brands you can compete. And then all I need to do is that make sure that Orkid Cosmetic and halal, it's ranking #1 on Google. So I did a lot of SEO. And I did a lot of backlinks. I got bloggers to talk about us, and then when they mention Orkid Cosmetic, they mention halal. So when you have a lot of backlinks, it improves your halal market. And then I took the advantage of business, Google My Business. So even Google My Business, the way I word it, I had like Orkid Cosmetic halal vegan cruelty free. So whenever people are typing halal, if you don't keluar the first ranking, it will keluar on Google My Business. So I did a lot of this, and then we got a lot of like coverage from a lot of coverage from media, and then in 2 years we exported to 5 countries. Because if I was just doing color cosmetic, nobody is going to find us. But when you look at the market like globally, right, say someone in London, they want to start a halal business as well, and they want to look for a halal product. Where can you find? You find me, because there's not many competitors. So we managed to expand to 5 countries: UK, Australia, Singapore, UAE, Mauritius, and we had 7 offline retailers. So we are also retailing with Play Up Advance. They are under Paksin. So, you know, we partnered with them, and then there was like other small retailers as well that's carrying our product. So we broke even in the first year with just 50K. So I thought that, okay lah, chill lah, okay, after this you can expand. So my challenges, oh my god. So I don't come from a manufacturing background. Okay, I went from like design to like tech to like PR, and then like now manufacturing. So I learned that to sell a product is very easy. You can sell anything, but to make the product, especially something that is perishable, that is the challenge, you know. So that's what I learned. Like for example, when we first did our first batch of liquid lipstick, I was doing the color. So we come out with our own colour, cantik, dah siap everything, and then when we put for stability testing, it wasn't stable because they found out that the bottle cannot go with the liquid, like the base. So what happened was that we have to change the base. But when we changed the base, the colour all like lari because the base had like a lot more white colour. So what happened was that we had to use 2 different pigments for the brighter colour, like the reds and the dark colours, and then like a different pigment for the nudes. And this is something that we had to go back and forth. I ended up doing like 100 lipsticks before we decided to sell the final product. So we went like, I was like a Nazi with my chemist, and she was just like, why? You know, like, and then coming from a design background, like I'm very particular with colours, but she's just like, same. I'm like, it's not the same. You know? So 100 lipstick until you get the colour. So this is something that you have to learn. So just be patient, just go with it. Inshallah, like, you know, if you are honest in what you do, like I could have gotten the easy way out, just get a factory in China and then, you know, just export here, market it, sell it. But I didn't want to do that. I felt like if I'm going to sell something, it must be something that is up to my standard. It's like I'm honest with it, I would wear it, it's like I'm happy with it, then I will sell it to people. And I think because we had that philosophy of like selling something that we're proud of, you know, that is why we managed to kind of like grow quite fast in the beginning, and then we still have a lot of like our retention is very good. At any time, like we do like ID promotions, you know, we always get like people buying back again, and then so it's good lah. Okay, anyway. So different colours, we're exporting this certification. Okay, so yeah, and then because we are exporting to like Europe and India and whatnot, right? And then we cannot just like export our product that they themselves have to like look for a pharmaceutical company to do testing. So it was like to go to France, right? It took us like a year to do the documentation. We were just going back and forth, you know, like this tak cukup, that tak cukup. So it does take a while. Like even though you have a halal certification here, if they want to sell it overseas, they need to do the testing. That is like FDA. FDA is an American thing, and here is KKM. So it's like two different certifications. So it's something that, you know, it's nice if they pay for us lah. Okay, so you know, if not, you have to come up with that cost also. So you have to bear with that. And then like certain products, they are trendy and fast beauty. So something like liquid lipstick. In 2017, it was very, very trendy. A lot of people are like buying it. And then now it's like, I think people are used to it, but maybe they want something else, you know? So you have to always like keep up with the market demand. But at the end of the day, I think you just need like staple products that are very good. But being in beauty also, a lot of people, they want a lot of like trendy items. So it depends on your strategy, how to go. But for us, we just like, as long as we got product, we are focusing on halal. And then got people want halal, we can just focus on smaller SKU. We don't really have to be trendy. And then I learned that, okay, yeah, so clean beauty uses ingredients. Like my pigments are all imported from Japan and Europe. And because it's imported and it's good, it's very expensive. So when you're in a manufacturing business, right, you have to think about how much you want to price your point, right? Because if you sell it to a wholesaler, to a distributor, the distributor has to sell it to the wholesaler will sell it to the shop. So you cannot sell it like ×2, you have to like ×6 or something like that. So that is also something that I learned on how to price the point. But then some resellers, they want like cheap item like 5 USD, but maybe we cannot provide our product at 5 USD, even though we're not a luxe brand, but because our ingredients are good, it is a bit more expensive. And I guess if we had our own factory, maybe we can lower down the cost, but you know, that is also a challenge that we have to overcome. And then logistic, oh my god. So logistic is also crazy. Okay, you would think that manufacturing is one thing, but then you have logistic. And then now, if you use post laju, apparently you cannot ship out liquids unless you have like a certain macam a certain surat from KKM saying that okay, you can export it out. So you know, you have to find a good logistic partner. And then when I was doing Orkid as well, I was like doing other stuff, right? And then I'm like, okay, I can't be packing all this stuff and sending it out. So what we did is that we partnered with the logistic company, a fulfillment center. So we put all our product in the warehouse, and then they have like a person who's going to like Titi, go scan, put in the bucket, and then write a thank you note. You know, so they do that for me, and I don't have to hire so many people, like hire overheads for those kind of stuff. So that was something that I learned as well. It's easier to put your stuff in fulfillment center and to do automation. Because at the end of the day, when you're running a business, you have to automate a lot of things, or at least let it run by itself. Either you hire a person that is you can trust, you know, that is like smart and they can help you, you know, do your vision, or you automate it. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be doing everything on your own. You should be focusing on pushing the company forward. So that was also one thing that I learned. So far we got selected as Forbes 30 Under 30 in 2018 for Orkid Cosmetics, because I think that halal, we were quite disruptive in the halal market by making it quite trendy and then seeing and whatnot. And we also got Clear Beauty Hall of Fame for our liquid lipsticks. It got voted as one of the best local liquid lipstick. And also Mary Claire, amazing woman, kind of not important. Anyway, so the summary of all of this, if you have a dream, right, just do it. So if you have an idea, start with what you can. Like for me, I had an idea, but I didn't straight away quit my job. What I did was I went on a workshop, and then once they run, only I started, you know, the company. And if you have an idea, you don't have to open a shop, or like you don't have to have like a website. You can just start with social media. So if you have people buying from social media or WhatsApp, then you don't have to worry about how you're going to sell it. That means the demand is there. So you always start small. And then you can learn anything from Google. Like I said, I came from a very different background, and now I'm doing like totally different things. But for whatever things that I don't know, I actually Googled it, or I talked to like my lawyers, my co-sec, even like doing the whole shares thing, right? Like how to raise funds and everything. Oh, no, that was another story. Like, I had to learn like how to do term sheet, how to do a shareholders agreement. So all of this stuff, I talk to my lawyers, I read a lot online, and it's something that you can learn as well. Don't think that, oh, I don't know. If you don't know, go find out now. Okay? So if doing some things, don't be afraid to ask. Basically, that is what it is. When I don't know something, I will always like, I say I don't know lah. If you think you're too smart, then you're not going to progress. Because you're not that smart, I'm not that smart. I made it like 2 times, my shoe get caught here and so down. So anyway, doing something scary will make you grow. Nobody knows how to do it. I am still growing as well. There's so many things that I want to do. Yeah, so never stop learning. Most importantly, do something you love. Don't start a business thinking about money. You know, business is just business. At the end of the day, you reach a certain point where it's just like replying emails and running the same things, you know. So you want to do something that is like contributing to society or give you the fulfillment. That would help you macam preserve through, you know, do something you love. Don't look at money. That's one thing that I can say, you know. You can be anything you want in this world. Like, there's no difference between you and me. I have like face, you have a face. But some of you who wear masks so cannot see your face. We have 2 hands, I have a brain. You know, I come from just a normal family. None of my parents are tanshris, but I still managed to, you know, sell my app, raise funds, start a global business. So it's more of like when you think that you cannot do it, or you put a limit, or you start comparing yourself to other people, that's when you're gonna fail. So you just, you know, everyone is in their own timeline. So if you have an idea, just do it. Like for me, I have an idea, I have so many ideas all the time, and I would always, first thing I do is go on GoDaddy, buy a domain. You know, and then I'll think about it. But I'll always make sure the name is there first. So that's what I always do. And then in like a week, if I feel I'm not doing anything, it means that the idea is not that great. But I love GoDaddy and buying names. So, you know, just straight away do it. Yeah. And then straight away do an email, and then straight away do a Gmail, and then straight away do an Instagram page. And then you think about it. Yeah, but at least you're already one step there. Because if you're just like sitting and not doing anything, it's never gonna happen. So take a step.